Namaskar everybody, I am Agraj, and in the today's session we are going to discuss in detail about how to tackle with the NEET biology. So it's very important thing that you have to remember, because if I talk about NEET exam, so you come to know that out of 180 questions, the half questions, that is 90 questions, are itself from biology. So you are understanding the importance of biology in NEET paper, because half of the NEET paper is comprised of biology. Now without further any delay, let's start our video, or let's start our discussion. So I am going to start now, so please keep your focus here. Okay. Now if I talk about biology, so there are two sub subjects in which the biology is divided. First is botany, second is zoology. Botany is something about study of plants, and zoology is something about study of animals. Now if I talk about botany and zoology, so these are very important parts of biology, and you come to know that in biology there are 90 questions, and out of these 90 questions, 45 questions are from the botany and remaining 45 questions are from the zoology. Now it's very important for you to remember here one of the most important thing, that according to the new pattern of NEET exam, there are about 100 questions from the uh, NEET biology, and out of these 100 questions, 50 are from the botany and remaining 50 are from the zoology. But you have to solve 45 questions from each sub subject, that is 45 questions from botany and 45 questions from zoology. So you have to attempt 90 questions out of 100 in biology. So now if I talk about the botany and zoology, so botany actually keeps huge weightage as compared to zoology. Why I am telling you to do so? Because you come to know that number of chapters in botany is something far greater than number of chapters in zoology. Okay, zoology comprises only certain chapters, whereas remaining chapters are comprised by botany. Why does this happen? I will tell you, I will explain you. There are some chapters which are common. These are common and general chapters which cannot be categorized either into the zoology or botany. For example, cell cycle and cell division. Then we have the next chapter, cell the unit of life. These two chapters are general. They are actually cannot be categorized either into the zoology and botany. But the NEET syllabus developing committee have placed these all general chapters which cannot be categorized either into the botany and zoology in botany itself. So the number of chapters in botany is greater than number of chapters in zoology. So obviously, as number of chapters in botany is greater than number of chapters in zoology, the number of questions in the NEET exam from biology paper are more from botany and slightly lesser from zoology. It is seen that some botany questions are asked in zoology section, and some zoology sections questions I have asked in botany section. So it is seen in the previous year question paper that NTA prepared biology paper in such a way that some botany questions, that is some questions from chapters which are categorized under botany in zoology section, and some questions which comes from the zoology chapters are actually asked in botany section. This is only a trap that they do in order to keep student under pressure, because students are already under pressure during examination, but they confuse student by mixing up questions. They do not maintain proper sections, botany and zoology. Yes, they maintain, but they do not maintain the question level in such a way, that is they will ask some questions from zoology in botany section, and they will ask some botany questions in zoology section. So it is a common thing, but this actually make a student to feel confused while solving and attempting the NEET paper. So let's start. I will now share with you that how can we make our biology strong. So there are some important points that you have to remember. Biology is such a subject which demands learning. Biology actually is such a subject which comprises data, because it is necessary for you to learn each and everything in biology. Biology is not about mathematics. Mathematics is such a subject which requires learning, but there is no more learning in mathematics. But biology exclusively dependent on the learning capability of a student. If a particular student have a habit to grasp anything in learning capacity, that is if the learning capacity of a student is too much greater, then I feel that most probably that student will love biology, because biology is about learning only. There is no anything extra in that. Now first question here that I am going to discuss is, how many chapters are there in NEET biology? So there are about 38 chapters in NEET biology, 22 chapters from class 11th and remaining 16 chapters are from the class 12. It is to be remembered here that class 11 comprises too much weightage in NEET exam than in class 12th if I talk about biology, because number of questions in class 11th are extremely more as compared to the number of questions that are asked in NEET exam from class 12th. Okay, the second thing is to be noted that first I had already discussed. Second is which class biology is hard, that is there any comparison in between class 11 and class 12 biology? Yes, you are right. Class 11 biology is extremely hard and tougher as compared to the class 12 biology. So please keep your primary focus on class 11 biology, because there is too much learning data given in class 11 biology as compared to that in the class 12. Okay, third question is how to read NCERT, because you come to know that NCERT is a goddess in biology. If you follow each and everything given in NCERT, then you can score almost out of marks in NEET, because you come to know that from the year 2020 the biology paper is exclusively asked from your NCERT, but for that it is necessary for you to read each and everything, and you have to actually read each and every line from NCERT in a proper way. But if you are not doing that, then you will score bad marks in biology. And you come to know that NCERT is such a book which is very boring to read. So here you have to remember that you have to first complete all lectures from a particular chapter, then you have to read NCERT. If you are reading NCERT directly without completing the lectures for a chapter, then you will not understand even a single line, because NCERT actually have a habit to express anything in a code language. NCERT writes anything in a confusion way. That is, NCERT writes any information in biology in such a way that it will confuse student. It will actually allow student to skip that particular data, and he will go forward and read the remaining part of a chapter. But the question will be asked from the skipped section that a student skip because of confusion. So you have to not skip even a single line from NCERT. It's very important. Are you getting my point? What did I mean? You have to not skip even a single word from NCERT, because each and everything is asked only from NEET NCERT textbook class 11th and class 12. Okay, are you getting my point? So please try to understand each and every line from NCERT NEET biology. Okay, because the question may be asked from the diagrams also, so you have to learn the labeling of each and every diagram given in the NEET biology. So have you understand my points? Okay. Next point is how to learn biology, that is how to learn the data, how to learn huge data given in biology. It's very important. I will discuss with you on that particular topic. You have to first complete the whole lectures for a particular chapter. Now suppose the duration of lecture is about 1 hour 30 minutes. I will first complete the whole lecture orally without writing anything. I will only keep my 100% focus in understanding what the teacher is actually telling me. Then after completing the whole lecture, I will write down what teacher taught in today's class in my own language, because if you have to learn anything permanently without forgetting it, then it is necessary for you to actually keep your own mind. That is, you have to try to express anything in your own words, because if you try to express anything in your own words, then the possibility of forgetting that thing decrease, and it help in order to it help in order to change your short term memory into the long term memory. Because if you are writing, then your hippocampus will build up, and because of increase in hippocampus learning capability, it can convert the short term memory into the long term memory. It's very important for you. So please try to read, and you have to write down what you have read in your own words. I am again stressing on this line. Please write anything that you are studying in biology in your own words. Use your own words, use your own language. If you don't know how to write, then try to express anything in your own word. You can write down in Marathi also, or in your any mother tongue language which is suitable for you to understand, but try to use your own words. Don't use the words, don't use sentences that your teacher or your book is using. Try to use your own words in order to build a good concept in biology. Next point is to be note down that choose a best teacher, because there are different kinds of biology teachers, and you will find that almost all teachers in biology can explain very well, but even though there is too much difference in their teaching style, some teacher like to explain the chapter only by teaching NCERT. Some teachers like to first teach the whole chapter by their own language, and then they will refer NCERT. But I will actually prefer the second types of teacher. That I will prefer those teachers who first teaches the chapter in their own language and then they refer NCERT, because you cannot understand NCERT if you jump extra. That is the meaning of message, is that if we will jump directly on NCERT without completing lectures for any chapter, then you will not understand what NCERT is telling you, because there are many lines in NCERT which are extremely confusing, and those lines make a student to feel bad, and actually those lines confuse student, and therefore students skip those lines and he or she jumps on other part of a chapter, but the question is asked from the same lines that the student have skipped. So first of all, please try to complete the lectures, then jump on NCERT. Don't directly jump on NCERT, because NCERT is bad book. I will tell you, NCERT biology is bad book, but the question are asked from NCERT biology, therefore you have to refer that book. So first of all, try to complete the lecture and then jump on the NCERT. Don't directly jump. Okay, now the next point is to be noted down. That is nothing but maintain your own notes, because most of the students like to only underline the important lines from NCERT. No, you have to write down your own notes in your own language. It's very important. Make notes from NEET biology in your own language. Make notes, read those notes, and then read NCERT. You have to follow the same pattern for each and every chapter. In the same way, you come to know that there are some important chapters in class 11 that you have to complete first in order to understand the class 12 biology. So those chapters are: first is cell cycle and cell division, second is cell the unit of life, third is your biological classification, yes, and then we have the next chapter, fourth is biomolecules, because if you will not complete those chapters, then you will be unable to understand most of the chapters from class 12, because human reproduction, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, and reproductive health, these three chapters are from the first unit of class 12, and these all chapters depend upon the two chapters, namely cell cycle and cell division and cell the unit of life. So complete those chapters that I have already told you from class 11, then you have to jump on the class 12. So now I will again repeat those all points that I told you now in brief, because I have reached at the end of a video. The points to be remembered in order to make NEET biology stronger are: first, revise multiple times. First point. Second point, first revise your notes and then revise NCERT. Third, try to maintain your notes in your own language. Don't use the notes of other students and don't use the languages of other, because your mind will be suitable for your own language. You have to challenge your mind. Okay, now the fourth point is choose a best teacher, and you have to choose a teacher who like to teaches the data on his or her language, and then he or she takes NCERT book. Fifth is don't skip or don't jump directly on NCERT. First read the notes and then directly you can jump on NCERT, but don't jump on NCERT without reading notes or without learning the chapter from the teacher. And next point is to be remember, and it is very important, don't skip even a single word from NCERT, because NCERT is a goddess and she will actually provide you wealth and marks in your NEET biology paper. So I feel that our discussion have got over. I had already repeated all those things in brief that I discussed in the initial parts of the video, and I will actually read comment. That is, if you are feeling any difficulty, then you can ask those queries and confusion in the comment box. I will like to reply to all, because I will help you definitely. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and try to share the video to those students who feel biology a tough subject, because I have to remove this confusion. Biology is something like a story. For example, you live a life and different things come in your mind and you expel out those things. In the same way, biology is a story of living organism. Biology is a story of life. It is necessary for you to understand story. For example, if your mother or dad told you story in the childhood, you can remember the story. It is not necessary for you to give stress on your mind to remember and recall those all the things that your mother and father taught you. So biology is a story. Keep or use a biology as a story. Maintain biology as a separate section in your mind. Thank you everybody. I hope you have understood what we have discussed today. So thanks. Dhanyavad.